You're about to watch a video that will completely change how you understand procrastination, and more importantly, how you fix it. Here's the shocking truth. That assignment due tomorrow, that gym routine you keep postponing, that email you've been avoiding for 3 days, they're not a time management problem. Your brain doesn't actually have a calendar issue. What if I told you that procrastination is actually an emotional regulation problem? That your brain is literally wired to prioritize feeling better right now over success later? And what if there's a 2-minute technique that can break this cycle instantly? Stick around because the science here is genuinely mind-blowing, and the solution is simpler than you think. Let's start with a researcher named Dr. Timothy Pychyl at Carleton University, who spent decades asking procrastinators a simple question: why do you avoid this task? The answer wasn't because I'm lazy or I can't manage my time. Instead, people said things like, it makes me anxious, it's boring, or I feel incompetent doing it. This was the breakthrough moment. Procrastination isn't about time. It's about mood. Here's what Pychyl discovered through his research. When we face a task that triggers negative emotions, whether that's anxiety about failure, boredom, self-doubt, or frustration, our brain does something fascinating. Instead of powering through, it looks for a quick escape. We don't consciously think, I'll procrastinate. Our brain automatically reaches for something that feels better. Social media, Netflix, snacks, anything that provides immediate emotional relief. This reframes everything. If procrastination were truly a time management issue, then having a better calendar app would fix it. But doesn't. You could use the fanciest planner on earth and still avoid work, because the real problem isn't scheduling. It's that your brain is desperately seeking emotional escape. You're not broken or lazy. Your brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do: minimize discomfort. The problem is that this survival mechanism doesn't distinguish between real danger and a boring spreadsheet. The genius of Pychl's work is that it changes how we approach solutions. Instead of asking, how do I manage my time better? A question that ignores the actual problem. We should ask, how do I regulate my emotions so I can face this task? This is the fundamental insight that unlocks everything. Your procrastination isn't a character flaw. It's a predictable emotional regulation failure, which means it's fixable. Now here's where neuroscience gets genuinely creepy. Researchers used fMRI brain scans. Imagine a camera that can see your brain in action to compare the brains of chronic procrastinators and non-procrastinators. What they found was striking. Procrastinators have a larger amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for emotions, fear, and threat detection. But that's not the scariest part. The real difference was in the connections. Procrastinators showed weaker neural pathways between the amygdala and the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex. Basically, the emotional alarm system and the executive function region aren't communicating well. Your emotional brain is screaming, "This feels bad. Escape now." But your rational planning brain can't effectively override that signal. It's like having a smoke detector that's too sensitive and a thermostat that doesn't listen to it. The wiring is literally different. Here's the profound implication. This isn't willpower failure. This is neurology. Your brain didn't just choose to be wired this way through poor decisions. Some people are literally born with a slightly larger amygdala and weaker executive connections. That doesn't mean you're helpless, but it does mean that willpower-based solutions miss the point entirely. You can't just push through a structural neurological difference. You need different strategies. But wait, there's more. Remember the Zeigarnik effect discovered by psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik back in 1927? She found that uncompleted tasks create genuine mental tension that occupies your working memory. Your brain literally can't let go of unfinished business. It's ruminating, anxious, uncomfortable. This is the invisible weight you feel when you're procrastinating. Your brain knows the task is hanging over you. But here's the magic. Just starting for 2 minutes can break this entire cycle. Now let's talk about temporal discounting, which sounds fancy but reveals something absolutely fundamental about human psychology. Researchers have found that humans systematically value immediate rewards up to 50 times more than future ones. Read that again. 50 times more. Not twice more. Not 10 times more. 50. This isn't a character flaw. It's how human brains evolved. Think about it evolutionarily. For 200,000 years, humans lived in an environment where later often meant never. If you saw food, you ate it now because you might starve tomorrow. If you saw shelter, you took it because night comes fast. The ability to delay gratification didn't matter when life expectancy was 35 and threats were immediate. So your brain developed to heavily discount future rewards. That mechanism kept our ancestors alive. Now fast forward to today. You're offered a choice. Watch Netflix right now, or work on your project for 6 months to get a promotion. Your brain processes this as joy now versus abstract future success. The immediate relief of Netflix feels real, vivid, certain. The promotion feels distant, uncertain, abstract. Your brain isn't broken. It's just operating with ancient hardware in a modern world. It's trying to maximize happiness in the immediate moment, completely discounting what future you will experience. Here's where the 3 previous insights connect. Your larger amygdala makes you extra sensitive to emotional discomfort. Your weaker executive connections make you struggle to override that signal. And your temporal discounting makes immediate emotional relief seem infinitely more valuable than future outcomes. You're not fighting one problem. You're fighting 3 neurological realities stacked together. This is why conventional advice fails. You can't willpower your way through this. You need to understand the system and work with it instead of against it. But here's the beautiful part. Once you understand this architecture, you can exploit it. You can't change your amygdala size overnight. You can't rewire your brain through sheer determination. But you can create systems that account for these realities and make them irrelevant. You can hack your own neurology. And that's where the practical solutions come in. Okay, here's the actionable part. First strategy, the 2-minute rule, which comes directly from the Zeigarnik effect. Your job isn't to finish the project. Your job is to just start for 2 minutes. Set a timer. That's it. Write 1 paragraph of that essay. Read the first email in that overwhelming inbox. Do 1 rep of your workout. 2 minutes is so small that your amygdala can't muster much resistance. You're not trying to feel motivated. You're just trying to begin. What happens next is pure neuroscience magic. Once you start, the Zeigarnik effect kicks in. Your brain now has an open loop. The task is initiated. That mental tension I described, the rumination, the anxiety, it shifts. And crucially, starting is the hardest part. Once you're actually doing the work, the friction drops dramatically. Your brain gets into flow state. 2 minutes of starting often turns into 10, 20, or 30 minutes of work. You weren't unmotivated. You were just blocked at the entry point. Second strategy, externalize emotional regulation. Since procrastination is an emotional regulation problem, solve it at that level. If a task feels boring, add novelty. Work in a coffee shop instead of your desk. Play background music, work with a friend. If it feels overwhelming, break it into tiny increments. Don't write the essay, write the introduction. If it feels anxious-inducing, address the emotion directly. Meditate for 5 minutes first, or tell yourself, I feel scared, and that's normal. You're not ignoring the emotion. You're acknowledging it and managing it deliberately. Third strategy, fight temporal discounting by making future rewards vivid. Your brain discounts future rewards because they feel abstract. So make them concrete. Write down specifically what that promotion means. More money, more respect, the ability to buy that thing you want, the confidence boost. Make it real. Visualize future you experiencing the success or the regret. Put a picture on your desk of the life you're working toward. The more vivid and present that future becomes, the less your brain could discount it. Fourth strategy, design your environment to reduce activation energy. Your weaker amygdala cortex connections make it harder to override your emotions. So don't rely on willpower. Make the desired behavior the path of least resistance. Want to work on your project? Leave your laptop open to the exact document you need to edit. Put your phone in another room. Set up your workspace the night before. Close all tabs except the ones you need. You're not fighting your emotions. You're removing the obstacles, so starting is easier than not starting. And here's the meta insight that brings this all together. Stop trying to fix procrastination through motivation or discipline. You're fighting your own neurology, which is a losing battle. Instead, understand your brain's constraints and design around them. You're not broken. Your system isn't broken. It's just running on ancient software. Once you accept that, you can stop blaming yourself and start being clever about how you work. That shift from shame to strategy is often the most powerful change of all. Procrastination isn't a mystery. It's not laziness. It's not a character flaw. It's your brain doing exactly what it evolved to do. Protect you from emotional discomfort. Once you understand that, everything changes. The solution isn't more willpower. It's understanding your own neurology and building systems that work with it instead of against it. 2 minutes. Emotional regulation. Making future rewards vivid. Reducing friction. That's the formula. If this video changed how you think about procrastination or about your own brain, I'd love for you to subscribe for weekly deep dives into psychology and human behavior. Every week, we explore research that explains why you do the things you do. And if you have a procrastination struggle you've been dealing with, drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'd love to help you apply these insights to your specific situation. Thank you for watching.